Hey guys, what's up? Commando here. Welcome to my Extreme Rules review. And also, I want to say thank you for all the kind words on my mini Sheamus haircut and the predictions video. Appreciated that. But just watched Extreme Rules, and I think this was a really good pay-per-view. Overall, it was really good. Great matches from start to finish. But let's get into it. On the pre-show. Oh yeah, the Daniel Bryan versus Banyus Barrett, and I've got an itchy arse. Yeah, it's itchy. But the Banyus Barrett versus Daniel Bryan match didn't happen because Daniel Bryan was injured. So we got Neville versus Banyus Barrett on the pre-show, and it was a really good match. The crowd was loving it. They were giving some NXT chants. There was a pretty cool spot where Neville did his, where he does that dive thing over the rope. Well, he did it, and then he landed on his on his knees in a pose position. I just thought it was really cool the way he just like smoothly over the top ropes lands, and then he's in his pose. I just thought it was really cool. It was just a great back and forth match. Both getting offense in. I thought Barrett was going to win it because he knocked off Neville on the top rope. He was going to hit the bullhammer, but he missed. Neville kicked him in the head again, then got the red arrow for the win. It was a really good match, really, really good match. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, a really good match for the pre-show, and good to see sort of Neville being, elevated, I guess. But at the same time, Banyas Barrett really shouldn't be on the pre-show. He should have been a world champion years ago. But yeah, that's WWE for you. Anywho's, that match lasted 10 minutes. Damn, 10 minutes 36. Also, Kane was in this social media lounge thing on the pre-show, and he was asked some questions. One of them said, "Are you still relevant?" I just thought it was random how that was asked, and how that was even a question allowed to be said. It was just kind of funny. And Kane just got pissed and left after that. But also, during the pre-show, Dean Ambrose came out and just sort of started going wild at the actual table thing, saying how he's going to kick Luke Harper's ass and all this stuff. It was really funny. It was good. But on to the main show now, the actual pay-per-view or whatever. Starts off with the Chicago Street Fight, Dean Ambrose versus Luke Harper. This was a really good match, and it actually, I just laughed just before I started this because I looked at the time for the match, 56 minutes 10 seconds. But my only thing is, when they went away, they should have showed them away somewhere. They should have maybe dragged it out the whole night pretty much, and showed them beating each other up at certain places or something. I think that's something they should have done. They missed out on an opportunity of doing something cool there. But it was a really good match. Surprisingly good match. Lot of weapons and stuff. Well, mainly just chairs and candlesticks, but still really good. Just sort of try to find any big moments. There was a sick clothesline at one point. I can't remember if that was before or after. The Ambrose where he got thrown in the ring, then swiveled around and hit him. I can't remember if that was before or after. Yeah, it was before. But eventually they go backstage, and surprisingly they actually went through the gorilla position, but you couldn't see Vince or anybody. They had the lights off, but they also went right through the camera guy as well. Eventually they went in a Jeep or an SUV. Harper's away to go, then Ambrose jumps in the window, and then they just left. I really thought they should have shown them being away somewhere. That would have been really cool. But then we had a backstage thing with Triple H and Kane telling me to go find Ambrose and Harper, and then Rollins, and there was a boring chant, but then WWE, you could tell that they edited it out and tried to get the sound away. There's more of that later on that I'll speak about. It was kind of pissing me off. Next, we have Dolph Ziggler versus Sheamus in the Kiss Me Arse match. Only lasted 9 minutes 16 seconds. But a pretty decent match, you know. Nothing like amazing or shocking or whatever, but there was the big DDT on the outside, but that really hurts Ziggler more than it hurts Sheamus, you know. Sheamus countered the Famouser into a sit-out powerbomb. That was pretty sweet. But really surprising ending with Ziggler winning it. It quite shocked me. I really didn't think he would win it, but what happened afterwards kinda I expected that to happen. I thought that would happen. Sheamus was gonna go for it. There was a pucker up chant. Sheamus was gonna go kiss his arse, and then he like low blowed him, and then a brogue, and then Sheamus, whips his ass out, just a cheek, and then rubs his forehead. It wasn't his actual face, just rubs his head in his ass. And he said he wasn't going to kiss Ziggler's arse, especially in this town. And he says he promised the world Ziggler would kiss his arse, and he didn't disappoint. Yeah, it was okay, I expected something like that to happen. But yeah, decent. Now, on to my favourite match of the night. The New Day versus Cesaro and Tyson Kidd. This match was awesome. This was a really good match. Definitely my favourite match of the night. Lots of New Day sucks chant, as you could expect. But just this match was really, really good. I loved it, and I was surprised by the ending. I was a little bit I was like, no, especially when Big E and Kofi had their like double finisher thing. I was like, no. But they did kick out at that point. But seriously, this was a really good match. You need to see it if you didn't. I just thought it was awesome. Like Cesaro caught Big E in midair with it just looked effortless. Like Big E went up for a jump and he just caught him and then slammed him. It was awesome. It was so good. But there was a few. There's my screen being a ferret. There was a few really good moments. Like Cesaro doing his suplex from the outside when he was on the top rope thing. That was really cool. Also, Neville, I forgot to say, Neville did the German thing that he did on Kevin Owens. Not quite the same, like he just super deadlifted Kevin Owens. He sort of did the same at Barrett, but as he had him up, and then he dropped him down and did it. It was still cool, but not quite the one he did on Kevin Owens. But this was a really good match, the Cesaro thing. Just sort of looking through for any highlights. Cesaro also caught Kofi off a dive. That was pretty sweet. Cesaro's just a fucking amazing. I love that guy. Every time his music hits, I'm doing the swing and then the M thing. I just love Cesaro. But it looked like it was going to end after the Cesaro swing into the drop kick by Kidd. But then Woods gets up on the apron for distraction. Natalya smacks him. Then Kidd kicks him. Big E comes in, but then Cesaro chucks him out. And then Kofi rolls him up and wins. I was like, nah. I really didn't expect that to happen. But New Day won. It was done well. So it was done well. They were loving it. Also, there was this awesome spot where Cesaro and Kidd were kicking Thingy in the corner to the beat of the New Day Sucks clap thing. That was really cool. I really enjoyed that. In this match, 9 minutes 47. It felt like it lasted longer. It was a really good match. But then they were doing some discussion crap on the panel, and Renee Young's back in this was awesome. Renee Young's backstage with New Day, celebrating, and then the black SUV thing just comes out of nowhere and crashes. Then Harper falls out, and then Ambrose jumps onto to New Day and that, and then they start fighting again. Um, it was just really cool, just out of nowhere. I thought it was awesome. Ambrose, like they came out onto the back into the arena again. Ambrose like jumped off of the weird thing that they have on like a Tron thing. He jumped off of that. Eventually they got back to the ring and they started filling the ring with steel chairs. There was a small ECW chant. Harper powerbombed Ambrose for a 2 count. I was wondering what the hell Harper was going for. He started piling chairs on top of Ambrose and then goes up to the top rope, but Ambrose jumps up and sends Harper onto the chairs, then hits the dirty deeds on the chair for the win. It was cool. It was really cool, the whole thing. But I just think they should have showed like them being away in the car. They should have showed some stuff. I just thought that would have been really cool. But yeah, it was good. Next we got the Russian chain match, Rusev versus Cena. This match was okay, it was decent. It was alright. Nothing like, really, nothing really of note or memorable moments really. Just there was a funny moment where there was a Lana chant, and she got up on the ring and starts waving and smiling to the crowd. It was really funny, but then like Rusev gets upset and like threw her to the back. Well, he didn't throw her, but he told her to get out of here basically, and she went away all sad and the crowd was booing. But eventually Cena wins. And I thought Rusev was actually going to win. If they had done it that way, I thought it would have been really cool. But Rusev was on the accolade, and then Cena got up and hit him into one corner, 2 corners. And I thought this would be pretty cool if he actually goes around and Rusev wins that way. I thought that would have been really cool. But it didn't happen. Cena he hit the AA and all the lights was out, but then Rusev and Cena start hitting the corners. They turn and face each other. Like they had 3 of them, and then they turn and face each other, try to go for one of them, but Rusev gets pulled in and gets AA'd. Then Cena touches the 4th corner for the win. People are saying like the lights should have went out because it's supposed to go out when there's action or whatever, but it didn't go out when he had the AA. Then Cena had it, so kind of weird. But it is what it is. That match is gonna go the same way all the time. That strap match and what have you. Kind of random, but lasted 30 minutes 35 seconds. And if you're wondering why I'm not so loud or whatever, it's 5 to 6 in the morning here in Scotland. So yeah. Next we go back to old Roman Reigns. He's speaking to Rey Nizzle. Just pretty much saying the same old thing, that he'll be the last man standing. Next we have Nikki Bella versus Naomi. This was there was nothing special in this match. It was what it was, but it wasn't great. It was okay. There's just nothing. The best part of this match was Naomi's boots lighted up and they changed colours as well, which totally I was like, what the fuck? Like they were green, and then just at a random time one of them changed to blue, and I was just like, or purple. I was like, what the fuck? I just totally took me by surprise. And they started changing colours all throughout the match. That was the highlight for me. It kept changing colours. But it eventually ended with, well, Nikki did a springboard kick, which was kind of surprising. But Brie kicked Naomi in the face. Well, Brie gets a kick to the face, and well, the referee. Oh yeah. Brie kicked Naomi in the face, and then Nikki pinned and got the win. Which kinda sucked, you know. I would have kinda liked to see Naomi win it. Naomi also had a promo on, I think it was on the pre-show, which was really good, you know, a really good heel promo. I quite enjoyed it. But I think she'll get a rematch at some point, and I think she should win, you know, she deserves to win it. Well, next we go backstage, and Rusev's yelling at Lana in his own language. He storms off and she's crying. She wasn't crying, she was just sort of like sad looking. It was a pretty cool crowd reaction. She walks into a door, and then the crowd turns, and the camera turns, and you see the logo, and it says the Authority, and the crowd's like, "Ooh!" I just thought it was funny, the reaction. But that match lasted 7 minutes 18 seconds, the Divas match. Now next we got the Last Man Standing match, Big Show versus Roman Reigns. This was a good match, you know. It was a really good match. A lot of pretty cool moments. Like one of the best moments was Roman Reigns getting chokeslammed from the ring to the outside through 2 tables, and he got up for the 10 count. There was loads of times where they got up from the 10 count, which was the moments you thought they could have won it. You know, it was really good. There was a point where Big Show tried to spear Roman Reigns, went through the table in the corner. Just sort of try to find out the other moments. Oh yeah, Big Show went for a choke slam, and then Reigns countered it and hit a Samoan drop through the table. Show nails a Vader bomb. What is that? What that splash thing is that totally doesn't hurt Roman Reigns. Oh yeah, there was a spot I was like, there's no way this is gonna happen. Big Show was up top, and then Reigns looked like he was gonna this was before that chokeslam through the 2 tables, but it looked like Reigns was gonna superplex him from the ring to the outside through the tables. I was just like, there's no way this is happening. But it didn't. He just threw him like into the middle of the ring. He didn't throw him through the tables. That would have probably killed Big Show if that happened. Oh yeah, Big Show put the steps beside the announce table. I'm just trying to find the moments because I can't really remember. Just looking through a recap thing. Oh yeah, he speared him through the corner thing beside the announce tables. Like he came running all the way around the ring and just boom through it. That was pretty cool. And then they were up on the announce table. Like the Big Show was gonna like choke something. The table was wobbling at this point. I was kind of surprised it held them. But then he threw him off, and then Reigns runs up the steps and boom, spear right through the Spanish announce table, of course. And then there was a holy shit chant. Reigns gets up, then Show bloody gets up, and then Reigns tips over the coal, and that's announce table, and right on top of Big Show, and he's trapped and got the win. It was a really good match, you know. I'd probably say it was my second favourite match of the night. It was really good. Really enjoyed it. This match lasted 19 minutes 46. Damn! It's quite a long match. There was a thing with Orton and Kane just saying random shit. We've seen some audition videos and stuff. Some of them are actually quite funny. I've seen some of the auditions. They're quite good. Next we get Bo Dallas coming out. I just love Bo. He's hilarious. He starts pretty much you know, his usual where he sort of praises the crowd but then just rips on them. It was funny. And then Ryback comes out and like Bo started beating him up, and he like dropped his mic, and then he wanted it back, But then, and he was like, give me the mic back, but nobody gave it to him, and he just did his, all you have to do is bow leave thing. And then Ryback hits the meat hook, hits the shell shock, and that was it. There was also, just so you know, there was also a Bray Wyatt promo in the pre-show. He's supposed to be facing Ryback at some point, by the way. Byron Saxton's backstage with Rusev and Lana. Lana reveals that it's going to be an I Quit match with Rusev and Cena at Payback. So we're probably going to get the typical I Quit match where Cena gets annihilated for like 20 minutes and then comes back in 2 minutes and beats Rusev. That's probably how it'll go down. Next is the main event. Randy Orton versus Seth Rollins. Also, Seth Rollins, he's got his old music now. His music that he's first started with. There's no major difference, but it's different. There's a little difference to it. I don't know what that's about. It's weird. I really don't get it. But I fell asleep during this match for like 10 minutes. I had to rewind it, but it took me a while to get into this match. I found it kind of boring for a while. There's not much you can really do in a cage match, to be honest. It's sort of the same thing. Just ramming him into the cage and try to escape and what have you. There was a superplex by Orton, like with Rollins was like on the top of the cage and he pulled him down. But nothing too special. Like a really awesome moment was when it looked like he was going for the RKO, and then he goes for the pedigree. That I thought that was really cool. You know, he had the pedigree on him on Rollins, but he kicked out, and the crowd was loving it as well. I thought that was a really cool moment. I'm try bloody remember. I can't remember. I have a horrible memory. It just happened as well. I just seen it like a half hour ago. But oh yeah, Kane unlocks the door, then Rollins crawls to it, but Orton's come to pull him back. Kane shuts the door, then Orton tries to get out, sorry, and then Kane's not letting him out, and then Rollins comes up for a drop kick on Orton, yep, that's right, and then Orton gets out of the way and hits Kane, and he goes flying, and then Orton and Rollins just try to get out, and then Kane slams the door into both of them, and then Kane's like getting pissed, taking off the jacket and tie. He goes in the cage. J&J goes in the cage. Then they get double choke slammed, which was awesome. I haven't seen a double choke slam actually connect in a while. Kane looks like he's gonna go for Rollins. He gets Orton and choke slams him. Then he choke slammed Rollins, and I was like, oh well, he's gonna pull him out now, and that's how he's gonna win. But he put him on top of Orton for the pin. He was a way to go out, but Orton kicked out. Kane goes for the tombstone. Then Orton hits the RKO on Kane. And then Rollins hits the fucking RKO on Orton, and then Rollins crawls out and wins. It was a really good ending. I'll give him that. It was a really good ending. After like the pedigree, from there on, it was good. But before it was really boring, you know. But I really liked the ending. The ending was really good. And I've seen some comments on on WWE's videos and stuff and Instagram and what have you, like, oh, Rollins is so talented, why has he got to be such a pussy, and why does he need help from all these people? And it's like he's the cowardly heel and he's playing it so well. It's been a while since we've seen this, and I think Rollins is going to be champion for a while now, and he's going to have all these like sneaky ways of winning and stuff, and I think that's really cool. I like that, and it's good. We haven't really seen that in a while, you know. So I mean, Orton sort of was it when he was like with the Authority 2013, but not really. Not like Seth Rollins. He's full on, you know, sort of like Edge when he was like with Vicky Guerrero. That's sort of like the role Kane's playing. It's not like Rollins and Kane are like getting jiggy with each other, but like where Vicky would make a match that Edge would hate, but yet she's still a heel at the same time. You know, like Edge would be sort of like all like cocky and what have you, but then Vicky would make a match that Edge would hate and what have you. You know, that's sort of the same thing that's happening here with Rollins and Kane. I don't think Kane will go full on face. He'll just, you know, he'll still be a heel, but he'll be you know what I mean. You know what I'm going. You know what I'm trying to say. But like the announcers, well, I don't know why they call them announcers. They're commentators, but it's weird. But they were arguing about the RKO being used. But JBL was like, oh well, it was on Kane. He's not part of the match. But then Cole was like, oh well, the RKO was supposed to be banned. Full stop. You know, so why was Rollins allowed to use it on Orton? I thought we were maybe going to get like a DQ type of thing with Rollins using it. But I thought it was good. You know, I thought it was good. You know, I'd give it a B plus. It was a really good pay-per-view. Tell me what you thought of it. Tell me what you think is going to happen next. Payback's only 3 weeks away. It's looking set to be Roman Reigns versus Orton versus Rollins. As there was like a promo package thing for it, and it just looked like that's what's gonna happen. Also, they showed this video like 3 times. I was like, come on. It's where they're advertising all this stuff for the network this week, and the King of the Ring is supposed to be returning on Tuesday. So it looks like there might not be main event this week. Our main event will be this. So I don't know what's going to happen for that, what's going to air there. Because it airs here in the UK on Sky Sports, but I don't know what will air there instead, if they're just going to air this King of the Ring thing. And I can't believe I've yapped for 27 minutes. So yeah, if you've stuck through it, appreciate it. But they said the finals will air on this King of the Ring thing for an hour on Tuesday. So, like, I'm guessing the qualifiers or whatever will air on Raw, and then it'll finish on Tuesday. But will they tape an extra hour for main event as well? I don't know. But yeah, it's interesting. They've got some other stuff as well. Some Roman Reigns thing, like his journey to WrestleMania, I'm guessing, and like that Jerry Springer thing's kind of stupid. Like, why hire Jerry Springer to host some show? You know, I mean, they speak about losing money and stuff. Yet you're hiring him. I'm guessing it's like he'll be on some stupid salary. You could have gotten like Byron Saxton or Renee Young to host it. You know, I don't know. It's just stupid. But there's a few other stuff airing as well. The Stephanie McMahon thing and other stuff. But yeah, that's it. A really good pay-per-view. Sure, the build-up on that could have been a lot better. Well, it should have been a lot better. But yeah, overall I enjoyed it. And the last match lasted 21 minutes, 2 seconds. But yeah, definitely my favourite match was the New Day versus Tyson Kidd and Cesaro. That match was really, really good. I loved it. So tell me what you thought. Tell me what you think is going to happen next. Tell me who you think is going to win King of the Ring. I'm going to go Neville. Oh, that's pretty bold. That's where I'm going to go. Neville will win it. Tell me who you think will win it. Tell me your favourite matches of the show. Yeah, that's about it. I didn't think I'd go this long, but I pretty much recapped the entire show. That's what I do. But yeah, I'm just glad I don't have to go to work today, because I'm fooked. I really am. But yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. If you stuck through the whole thing, appreciate it. And I'll see you on my NXT review this week. Yeah, thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.